So I lean back. Trust yourself. Bend your legs, lean back. You got it. You got it. That's a lock.
I know.
So you're trying to...
I know.
Yeah, I know you're panicking, mate. There you go, there you go. You look comfortable now. You're there, you got it. On to the next one. Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit more. There you go. There you go, there you go, there you go. Just do a step at a time if you want. Go on, keep going. Next step. Then your foot's going down to the left here, look. That's it, bit more, that's it, there. Go on, mate. You're alright. Go on then there.
Fucking lock. Another safety, look.
Is it going down? Yeah? Come on. Alright. Right, now you got to go straight down the ladder.
Oh my god. That's not nice, son.
Do you want me to show you that? No, you got... Basically, all you go and do is you're just going onto the top of the ladder, going like that to the top of the ladder, and then just climb down the ladder.
And try doing this at the same time.
You want to use the pusset one? What I would do, when you get onto the ladder,
yeah,
right, take that, where's that clip one I give you on the side? Right, that clip one, clip back to the top of the ladder. Get yourself sorted so you clipped onto the ladder, yeah? So you're going to go down to that and then clip down on the ladder. 1 second, let me move that rope.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's it, Matt. That's it. And then you get the bottom, these clips.
Yeah.
Right, but what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to clip that onto there, so it's just easier for you to get to. Make sure you clip onto the ladder, yeah?
Clip onto the ladder?
Yeah.
How big's that ladder then?
It's only a 2-storey.
2-storey.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Just go back to where you are and then just get your feet on it.
My feet on it.
Yeah, I'm here for it all the way, mate. Let's remember, no rush.
First foot on. Fucking skinny old lad, isn't he?
Is that device still on there?
What?
That device is still on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll try it.
It's easy with that.
Yeah, I know.
I've used stuff similar to that before. Like.
Stay away from that rope. Coming down here, mate. Just coming down here. like that. Get to this bit here around the corner there, there's a running rail. Clip yourself on again, yeah? So clip that clip, what you're clipped onto, clip it to your other carabiner. When you get there, make sure you clip onto the running rail. I want to see you clipped on the running rail, yeah? But some of the devices we're using, obviously carabiner onto straps onto the sender, so you're always clipped on to the rope at all times. It's got to be done safe. Right, now keep this tension in the rope and work your way across this path, look, this gorge. Get into here. Right. Look, so what are you doing here?
Yeah. Vertical abseil. Which I'll probably be better at. Honestly, but I'll probably be better at that, but...
On the ladder.
The ground end moving, is it? Me too.
Okay guys, welcome to the next part of the adventure. So we're down on a South Devon mark today, myself and Devon Durham. Come down to target a monster blonde ray. Now the stretch of coastline we're fishing is probably one of the best parts of the UK for targeting monster blondes. And when I'm talking about monster blondes, I'm not necessarily talking about 18, 19 pound, I'm talking about 25 pound plus blonde rays. Now the target is a 30 pound blonde. That's what we're after. 20 pound would do, but 30 would be the one, wouldn't it, Gav? It's achievable. I mean, 29 is the biggest I know of, recorded, certified, which currently holds the Wyvern record, which is our very own Rob York. Rob's had a few fish over the 25 pound mark. He's also done the business over in the Wales coastline as well, as Catherine would tell you. as you would see on the Welsh adventure we done the other year, and produced it on a mark near Sully, innit? Near Sully Island over in South Wales. Went over there for a weekend's fishing, and Mr. York smashed it with a little England versus Wales competition, and he done the business. Last cast, and we were getting ourselves handed to ourselves for a little bit, weren't we? Wow. We were. I had a 10 pound blonde, not big enough to beat Matt Herring's 10 pound small eye, but yeah, it was a good trip. But anyway, we're down here today. The marking question is quite tricky to get down, as you will see with some of the intro shots from this main production, but this is what's about. So bait wise, we've got a mixture. We've got it all here today. I'm trying something a bit different. Now, got some snake launch from HookersBaits, got some squid purchased from HookersBaits, got some bluey, and we've also got a flask full of extra large sand eel, which I've saved just for the occasion. Now, sand eel will be your number one bait, as anybody will tell you, throughout the whole of the history of fishing this sort of venue. But I'm actually trying bluey. Now bluey is a key bait in South Wales, as Gethin would tell you, and a lot of the South Wales anglers tell you. Not necessarily sure if it's just because of the dirtiness of the water, but normally sand eel is the key. I wouldn't necessarily come down ray fish on this coastline without sand eel, but the water's coloured up today. It's perfect. We've had a bit of blow the last few days. It's calm straight off, as you can see behind me. It's like a mill pond straight out. We've got a little bit of swells dropping in down for low water now. Obviously where the sandbars are at, it's just surging up and pushing in, and that'll flatten out as we get to high water. Now we are currently fishing low water. I think low water is about 20 minutes time, and then we'll be fishing the whole of the flood back up, and then we'll fish a little bit down and see how we get on today. But fingers crossed we can see a fish out. I'll show it in the production. That's obviously the effort that goes in from the guys, and it's been a bit of a nightmare year because we've not been able to do with the Christmas special what we wanted to do the last few years, really. Obviously, every time we've had the winner. Last year we had Chris Fisher, the year before we had Paul Med, and unfortunately we couldn't get across to Ireland with Troy due to the COVID-19. But we're trying to give you some information, some bits and pieces, what's going on in the competition, and at the same time show you a bit of fishing. So we've rung it to my part of the coastline today, and we'll do a few different trips, and throughout the main Christmas special production, and hopefully you can see a few fish along the way. But it's looking good so far. I know the EOBC are putting a lot of work into preparing the event so it can go ahead, and taking all the safety precautions in with the social distancing and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it this year. I'm looking forward. I think it's going to be a lot different compared to last year and previous years, the way the main setup is. But obviously, with everything what's going on with the COVID, we've got to keep ourselves safe. And one of the main points for running the competitions from the organisers will be making sure the competitors are safe. And there's loads of ways of doing it. Obviously, fishing especially, you're not next to each other. Obviously the weigh-ins and stuff, there's proceedings and things that can be put into place so it can be done safely, and the awards obviously can be filmed if need be. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with the main awards and obviously the social side of it yet. I can't see that being like it was in past years where we're all in the nightclub and in the bar area and that all together, because obviously with everything that's going on at the moment, it's not advisable and it's not the right thing to do. So social distancing will be made sure it's kept at all times, and yeah, fingers crossed, looking forward to it. But as you say, South Devon, down a day, lovely day. It's a small building tide, and it's not the best of tides, what I would like specifically, but it's tides at the end of the day. As long as your tips are going over and there's tide, fingers crossed we can see a few fish out. So let's get on with the day. That's the one. Okay, so this is our setups we've got today. Obviously we haven't got a lot of room where we are, so we're fishing one tripod, which we've got bungeed onto the side of the rock just to hold the tripod in place. Really, we're fishing over a slanted rock, and known as the log, to mark what we've sort of put time and effort into making sure we can get to. And yeah, it's not the most comfortable of marks, but it's a mark which we know we can get on, and we've pretty much got it to ourselves. So I'm fishing a pair of M427 SUs matched up with Penn Fathom 15s, Phil Stairs mag, and £20 mainline, £80 leaders. We'll go for the rigs in a minute. And then we've got Devon with his Fathom casting specials, £20 mainline once again, £80 leaders, but he's going for the Century T900 today. A little bit more flex on the tip, and both setups perfect for the job. And as you can see in the back there, we've got a gaff. Now, the way it is at the moment, we wouldn't need to use it. Sometimes we use the gaff for safety precautions at the same time. I don't really like using the gaff unless I have to. But if you're fishing rough conditions with swells and stuff, it's definitely a must. It just helps you get the fish out and get back to the shore and get away from any danger of the sea. And obviously that's one of the main things with every part of our fishing. Everything needs to be done safely. I said it. Bass. So just going to try and carefully unhook him. He's only a babby. Don't want to wear at him. Look at my hands in its mouth. It's the safest place to hold a bass without getting it yourself, okay? Thumb in its mouth like that. So it's only a babby, but I'll walk you through it. So my right hand side rod, no action. So I'm thinking, I tell you what, I'm going to bring him in and put a new bait on it. And as I was bringing him through the up and over rig, I could see something following it. So I slowed down, and as it got to the end point, I could see it just about to go for it. I struck, and I managed to hook it. But it's only a babby. But that's what we're playing with at the minute. I've got a feeling those bites we've been having, Gethin had a couple, I've had a couple, these little small bass, which are just smashing the baits. The coloration of the water is absolutely perfect here today, so hopefully we can see a few more of these, but I'm going to get them back now to fight another day. So here we go. As you can see, I've got him my thumb in the mouth of him, just so I can control the fish really, so I don't get stuck. But he'll go back flying now. There we go. Tail flick, straight down to the depths to fight another day. But hopefully we can see his granddad out today, or hopefully those big blondes turn up. Let's go get them. It wasn't really like a ray bite, it was more of like a bass hitting it really. What I've done now, I'll put that rod back down. It's not picked the bait up properly. I've got a feeling that was a bass. It's just picked the bait up, dropped the slack, picked it up again. I had a couple of little runs, but that ain't a blonde to me. Something small around just picked up the bait. Nice run, nice little couple of run though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Took a bit of line.
Okay guys, now I've just let the rod back down. Something definitely there playing with it. Whether it's what we want or not, it's a different thing, but it's not going at the minute. What I'm going to go through is some of the rigs we're using. There we go. That's a bass, I reckon. That's just on a small plate of milk. That's all that is. It's not what we want.
Start going over then.
All excited.
Well, we will get to the rigs. Just something small, just playing around with it. Okay, so rig wise, so what I've got here is an up and over rig. It's a running up and over rig, and it's some when you're fishing like this sort of conditions, flat seas and stuff like that, long flowing trace with plenty of tide, it's something that obviously will help you see a few fish out, won't it?
Keep the bait on the bed.
Yeah, keep the bait away from the rig at the same time, and free flowing. Now this, believe it or not, is about 10 foot long. It's made up with a lot of different components. So I've got 100-pound rig body with a bead, Gemini bent swivel link clip up the top to take obviously the trace line. Then I've got a running leg, so I've got the breakaway running system, pulley bead onto an imp, and then I've got some 100-pound Cox and Rawle swivels onto 80-pound trace line, and that goes onto a 6.0 octopus hook with a 7.0 Cox and Rawle uptide extra on the end. Now I've got a bead in behind that, and the reason being is this: you're fishing for monster fish and you want something what's cushioning the knot. Now that hook there, I have my 27-pound 2-ounce long ray on, 6.0 Cox and Rawle octopus hook, and when I had it, it was like that. I could see that hook in the background, so both hooks were set. What that did was just cushion the knot against the other hook, and that's the way I like to do it. Obviously, just when you're targeting this type of fish, you want to make sure that your gear's not going to go in, and that's obviously protecting your knots and traces as much as you can is one of the main advices I would give. Now Gavin has got the same rig, same hooks, but he's got a pulley rig here now, and the pulley rig, as he'll show you, is around 6 foot, 5-6 foot long. So yeah, well, 5.5 foot, 6 foot long, 100-pound rig body, 80-pound trace line, and you've got 100-pound Cox and Rawle swivels on it again, a little pulley bead from breakaway, and an imp on the bottom. Now, what is it you like about the imps?
They release most of the time.
Do you prefer the imps rather than the solo clips?
If I'm using bigger baits, I'd rather use the solo clip.
Would you?
Yeah, personally.
For what, for like toping and stuff like that, you would do?
Yeah, they
with the sand deal and that sort of size hook, that's perfect. Yeah. And then on the business end, exactly the same again. It's got the bead cushioning the knot, the 7.0 uptide extras, and the 6.0 octopus hook at the same time. So really, guys, we don't need loads and loads of rigs and bits where we are, because we're not going to lose a lot of gear. Now, it's your first time down at the Mark, Gaff.
Yeah.
What do you think of the area, and how is it a lot different from compared to what you're used to?
It's like toke fishing for rays.
Toke fishing for rays, yeah?
That's what it's like.
It reminds you of a lot of the marks you fish back home?
Yeah, we'd normally fish marks like this for toke rather than rays.
Yeah. A bit different in the depth of water though.
Yeah, a lot different.
The sort of depth of water you're fishing in here is roughly like what?
Yeah, the effort you put in to get to the mark, well, that's impressive.
First time down, he's got on the ropes today. We've made sure that he's, as you can see with some of the intro and that, it's not the easiest places to get to. A lot of hard work and effort's gone into actually getting to them, but safety.
Yeah.
It's done safely all the way down through. You know what I mean?
Definitely safe.
It's been a bit of a nightmare for me because I've had to do 2 trips. I've been up and down the cliff with
carrying all my gear.
Carrying all this gear. I've done 2 trips today, so put a few pounds on with the old lockdown this year. But so it hopefully do me a bit of good at the same time. But let's hope we can see a few fish out. Defin's rod's there, a little twitch in there in a moment. I think it's bass. Honestly do. I think there's a few bass out there smashing the baits, dirty water. I've had bass up to about 6.5 pounds off this mark, and spotted, small lights, blonde. Let's see if we can get a few out. Okay, so we're going to bring them in here now. Devin's probably underneath me there. Anyway, trouble is, guys, we're fishing very big baits. Well, I say big baits, you're leaving the hook point proud. You've got 7.0 hooks on, and I've got Bluey and Sandy on in a minute. So get small fish running around with it and attacking it and that, it's not necessarily gonna take the hook. Well guys, one of the joys of ray fishing, bit of fresh bait, mackerel, slammed over on the up and over rig. We'll whack him on, see if we can get a nice blondie on the end of that one. But yeah, nice one to be honest. I've never had a mackerel where I am today, so always nice to get a bit of fresh bait as well, isn't it? Let's get him on. Nice little run. Oh, pull it. There you go. Just put that down a minute, mate, if you can. Okay guys, small eyed octopus hook right in the side. He's not the one we wanted, but he'll do. Hold that fish a minute, Gaff, yeah. Okay, so we're going to get the scales out, zeroed, on the scales. I want to open his mouth. He's a double, 10-2, £10 2 ounce. Small-eyed ray. That's what you want, boys and girls. It's not that 14-pounder, but he'll do. We'll get him a couple of pictures and get him back to fighting another day. £10 2 ounce small-eyed ray. That'll be return to fight another day. There we go. Turn him back around. There we go, just got him. His wings going there now. He's off to fight another day. That's what it's all about, guys. Didn't get much of action on camera because obviously Dev had to get down and land the fish, but we've got the main part of the fight and that's what they're over. But screen and run, small-eyed ray, first one of the session, see if we can get that blonde. So I've got the second small-eyed now. I'm only weighing him for the video purposes. I wouldn't normally do it, but let's see what he goes. Got a male fish here. Get Geffen to come in the shot here with the camera. As you can see, lifting him up there. So the reason you can tell that he's a male, Geffen?
Claspers.
Claspers on the bottom of the fish, that's right, Matt. Lovely conditions, but they look a little bit different than the ones you get in Wales. The colouring, isn't they?
There's a lot paler at my end, but these got nice dark spots all over them.
Yeah, this is lovely condition fish. Right, so it's on 0. I'm going to put him onto the scales now. And what's he going, Geff?
6'7".
6'7". £6 7 ounces. Oh, he's got a mouth on him, this one. £6 7 ounce. Not the monster we're after again, but there's still plenty of fish there at the minute. So fingers crossed. Not put the fresh mackerel on yet, so I'm going to get a quick picture and we'll get this one back to fight another day. I'm going to take the fish down as close as I can to the water. Another day. That's 2 rays, fast and the maximum so far. Just need that big long race to today. But what happens today will be another day. Got to be in it to win it.
After a couple of hours fishing, we decided to call it a day and headed back up the cliff to join you once again in another adventure.